What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I am Sunny Brooks. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Today I want to talk about toxic productivity. Like, I don't know if you know have ever heard of the term, but I want to talk about that feeling where people, or that feeling or that theme where we always have to be doing something, we always have to be working, rest is for the weak, I don't get tired mentality, all of that. I want to talk about that in this video. So it's going to be a little chit chat video. Let's chat, let's talk about toxic productivity. I have my laptop here with a little notes that I wrote, but I really want to talk about this because I'm not feeling it. Okay, so if you're interested in that, keep watching. But before I get into that, I wanted to plug our company, Soulful Vibes Co. and Soulful Styles Co. If you're here, if you're not new, I'm sure you have heard of our companies before. Soulful Vibes is a one-stop spiritual shop for all your spiritual needs. And Soulful Styles Co. is comfortable, affordable clothing for your very boho needs. So you can use code SUNNY, SUNNY, at both of these websites, and you can save 15% off at checkout. So go ahead and check them out. I'll make sure that the links are in the bio and the links are on the screen with the discount code Soulful Vibes Co. and Soulful Styles Co. If you're interested in talking about toxic productivity, let's go. Okay, so toxic productivity. I decided to make this video and I wanted to talk about this. It was going to be a podcast episode, but I was like, let me do it on YouTube. And if y'all don't know, I do have a podcast, Sunny Days. Y'all can check it out. But I wanted to talk about this because I operate a lot out of the masculine energy. So I am always doing, but for the past year, I have been challenged. I have been pushed to start moving and operating out of my feminine energy more, which is being. And I have always had this love-hate relationship with the capitalistic society and people saying I don't get tired, we work, grind, and if you ain't got it, that means you ain't working hard enough, and if you don't work hard enough, you ain't gonna never get it. I just don't really, I believe that working hard is one thing, but overworking yourself, not resting, is a whole nother. So y'all don't mind why I get adjusted. But yeah, so I wrote toxic productivity is a mindset that manifests as the need to constantly do. It is a mindset that manifests as the need to constantly do. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. That mindset where we always have to do. We can't just enjoy the fruits of our labor. We can't enjoy what we already worked for. We have to keep doing something. Whether it's working for the job, whether it's working overtime, whether it's a side hustle, a business, even if it's doing at the house. You always got to find a new project at the house to do. You always got to find something new to do, a place to go, a place to try, people to, it's always something has to get done. You can't just chill. You can't relax. Or it's if we're relaxing or chilling or just resting, it kind of feels abnormal. It kind of feels I should be doing something, or I'm wasting time. I'm sitting here binge watching Netflix. I'm wasting time. What else could I be doing instead of sitting here doing nothing? So I know y'all know what I'm talking about. I feel rest is essential. We can rest, and I don't know, rest is essential. It doesn't even matter. I feel resting is essential, whether even if it has something to do with money or not. Even if they're well, you got this opportunity to make double the amount of money today, but you've been tired and you've been ripping and running, you probably should rest. And that opportunity, what I have found, when I take rest or prioritize my rest and relaxing and all of that, when I prioritize that is when I make more money. So I may turn down this opportunity, but the next opportunity may be more money than this. So rest is essential. We don't always have to do, we don't always have to go, we don't always have to be finding something else to do, occupying our time. We don't always have to be busy. We don't have to be busy. And the notion that we have to be busy is we gonna run ourselves ragged. We ain't gonna have no energy, no time. And that's the thing. We have we have been in a place where we have once wanted to be where we are, right? So we have once upon a time said, oh, when I make this amount of money, or when I get this house, or when I have this relationship, or when I have this, then I will. And then we get this thing, and then all we're doing is constantly hoping for the next thing, wanting the next thing. So we feel like we got to keep working or keep doing something to get to the next thing, and can't really enjoy the now or enjoy what we once wanted. It's like nothing we have or nowhere we are is ever good, or we're not satisfied. Like we're never satisfied. And I feel like the toxic productivity thing comes from that feeling of like, we can't be content. Like, why are you satisfied with just driving a Honda Accord and living in a 3-bedroom house making $50,000 a year? Why are you satisfied and content with that? Society pushes more and more and more and more and more. So, and it, like, we also push consumerism in this country. Like, consume, like buy, have, just consume, make more, get more, just got more. You gotta live this, you gotta live this life, you gotta have this. So we can never just be content where we are. So I just feel like that, right? What else did I write? We have to slow down, which I agree. Like, of course I wrote it, so yes, I agree. But we have to slow down. Like, life is short, absolutely. Time flies by. But if we do not slow down, we will miss the small things in the moment that we wish we would have cherished in the future. Because I could think about some time where I was just going so freaking fast. Like, I was just going from next thing to next thing. It's like, it wasn't no break. I was just going. And like maybe a year, I think it was probably like a year and a half passed by, and I'm like, oh dang, that did happen. Oh dang, that was there. But I couldn't savor in those moments. I couldn't enjoy my accomplishments. I couldn't celebrate myself because I was just worried about the next thing and moving on to the next thing. Like, I just feel like slowing down allows us to appreciate and take in where we are and take in everything that's like around us and that's happening. And when we're moving so fast, we're missing opportunities. We're missing the moments that I feel like those, and this may be just me, I feel like small things and small moments is what make up my life or make up my joy or add to my peace and stuff like that. Like, I feel like it's the small things. It is not the big things. So when I miss those small things because I'm too worried about doing and not being in the moment, and not slowing down and breathing in the fresh air and taking in everything, then I'm missing out on a big part of my life, because those small things is what matters to me, if that makes sense. So yeah, I believe that we really, really need to slow down and really savor the moments and really appreciate the now and be in the now and be and not do. Be and do. What else? Oh, turning off our minds sometime. Absolutely. Like, turning off our minds sometime. Our mind is what adds to that productivity. Like, you're not being productive. I know sometimes I have sat and watched TV and I'm like, I need to pull my laptop out. I could be sending emails. I could be answering emails. I could be doing something. Like, I need to do something. Like, no. So turn like your mind off will help conquer toxic productivity or productivity in general. Like, our mind always going, like going to sleep or falling asleep, we thinking of what we need to do as soon as we wake up. Cooking, we worry about something else. It's like, or are we even like, are we eating and doing something else? Are we cooking and doing something else? Like, are we just doing a whole bunch of things and not being like, if I'm cooking, why do I have to be cooking and like watching TV? Or why do I have to be like watching TV and eating? Why can't I just eat and then watch TV? You know, or like if I'm taking a bath, why I gotta be watching a YouTube video? Why can't I just take a bath? Like, those things, like just being in those moments and turning off our minds sometimes. Because listen, especially those who are business owners or like have side hustles, every day you're thinking about how you can get more, how you can do more, how you can be the best, how you can, beat out competition and things like that. Like, our minds are always going. But I also feel like society has conditioned us to believe that, to drive capitalism, to drive consumerism, to drive the you need more, you have to get more, and you have to have these type of cars and these type of house, and you got to keep grinding and grinding and grinding. So I believe turning off our minds sometimes is going to aid to that. Yeah. I put be realistic and not be an overachiever all the time. Oh, yeah. Being realistic. So there are some times where we can have set these very high goals, which these goals sometimes, they can be fine and achievable. Not saying you can't achieve it, but like if you're saying, okay, realistically, like for example, let's use weight for example. Hey, I want to gain, or let's say gain or lose 30 pounds. And you could do that, by the end of the year, right? You could set end of year or 6 months, right? But instead you're like, I want to gain or lose 30 pounds in 30 days. You can do it. It's not unrealistic, but that is like that overachiever mindset. I feel like we've been conditioned to be overachievers since we were kids. Think about the awards they gave in school. Like, oh, this award is going to so-and-so for being an overachiever in reading. And this overachievement award goes to, it's like you have to go above and beyond and do over. You got to overexert yourself and overgive and overdo, and not just like, why can't just, not the bare minimum. I'm not saying the bare minimum, but why can't why can't I moderately lose or gain this weight? Why can't I do it within 90 days? Why I gotta do 30 days? Why I gotta be overachiever? Why I gotta do all of these unrealistic goals all the time? Why can't I set a goal that is for the year or 4 or 5 years? Like, oh, I need to save $50,000 by the end of the year. Like, why you don't have $50,000 as your 5-year or 10-year goal? Like, why does it all have to be so rushed? That goes with what I was saying about slowing down. Everything has to be so rushed, and we gotta hurry up and do it, and we gotta hurry up and do it real good and better than everybody else. So we gotta overexert ourselves. And it's where I am in life right now, I want to live a very I won't say very slow life, but just I want to slow down. I want to savor the moments. I want to feel soft in the moments. I want to operate like that. I don't want to be driving and I gotta go drive, force it, put the pedal to the metal. We gotta go full throttle and we gotta overachieve because we gotta be the best. There's times and places and seasons for that, but to be on overdrive all the time, that shit is not good for our health. But I'm gonna leave that for another time. And then what I put was have non-negotiables and boundaries. Having non-negotiables and boundaries in place is definitely gonna help with toxic productivity, because if your non-negotiables, I remember I had a non-negotiable when I was a teacher, I had non-negotiables. My principal said something, I forgot what it was. We needed to have a meeting after school. It was for some time. She wanted us to come in an hour early and leave 2 hours later. And I was I'm not doing it. I don't care about the overtime. I don't care how much money y'all are gonna pay or how much is gonna. My non-negotiable is I'm not staying here longer than I have to. We have our meetings once a week and that's fine, but outside of that, now you stepping into my non-negotiable. And she was try to convince me, and that's where I got my word non-negotiable for. I was it's non-negotiable. You can't even persuade me. I don't care what you say. I'm not coming here an hour early, and I'm not staying here 2 hours after. You have basically my teacher work planning period. You better figure that out, right? With family members also, I have very strict boundaries. With in marriage, there's certain boundaries and non-negotiables I have in place in order to stop me from just doing all the time. I don't want to be everything to everybody. I don't want to be everywhere all the time. I don't want to go all of the places. I don't want to do all of those things. So I have to have boundaries in place and put those boundaries in place in order to protect myself and allow me to rest, allow me to just relax. I do enough already, right? And I don't want to be that person that feel like I have to like show up everywhere all the time. I have to be the top friend, the top family member, the top sister. Like, I don't want to have to be the best at everything. And I know that sounds crazy, especially in today's society. Like, oh, well, you got to be the best. Like, it's amazing because she's the best friend, she's the best mother, she's the best this. Like, that's fine. Like, I want to be good at the things that are important to me and be the best at the things that are important to me. And everything else, I can be moderate. Like, I can be an okay sister. I can be an okay niece. I don't have to be the best niece ever, the best mother, the best child, I don't have to be all of those things, because that's just gonna be like, that's gonna run me to the floor, to the ground. If I'm the best business owner, the best wife, the best sister, the best granddaughter, the best niece, the best friend, like if I'm all of these best things, so like, am I the best for myself? Probably not, because I'm too busy being the best for other people. Like, so those boundaries, non-negotiables and things is very important. But yeah, toxic productivity. I just wanted to talk about this and chat about this with you guys, because I know I can't be the only one feeling like I am like feeling so detached from this shit. Like, I don't want to be in overdrive. Like, I don't want to be. And I know I'm not the only one, so that's why I decided to talk about this. If y'all have anything like to say or questions or whatever, y'all drop them below. But if y'all like videos like this, I can do chit chats here on YouTube, even though I save all of these like chats like this for my podcast episodes. So yeah, y'all could, if y'all like this type of video, y'all check out my podcast. The podcast is Sunny Days, SUNNYDAYS, Sunny Days. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, all of those things. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, and I'll see y'all next time. Don't forget to check out Soulful Vibes and Soulful Vibes Co. and Soulful Styles Co. It'll be linked in the description box, and y'all can use my code Sunny, SUNNY, capitalize everything, to save 15% off on both of those sites. But I will see y'all next time. I love y'all. Bye.